Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Reassembly with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to our rather creepy arachnid squid octopus thing. In today's episode, we're going to be testing out a few new weapons. Firstly, we are going to be testing out the ray cannon. Now, the reason why I really want to try out these is that they're quite cheap, and they're extremely easy to run, in that they use almost no energy, at only 5 energy per discharge. Now, of course, they are less damage and less range than the Eye of Helios, which is just remarkably devastating. But even so, since this is a rotational weapon, it's a turret, it can shoot all around us, and of course with it being so cheap, we can very easily put them on auto-fire and simply have them on ripple fire at all times, without really the worry that we're going to simply run out of fuel anytime soon. So let's see exactly how effective it's actually going to be. After releasing a volley of missiles into space, of course. Let's just lock into target, and, well, that went pretty darn quick, and again, and again. Okay, well, against very small targets, it seems to be just fine. So that's pretty nice. Certainly makes for an interesting form of point defense, I suppose, if we ever do put them on point defense. The reason why I have them on auto fire and not point defense is because, sadly, point defense doesn't allow for ripple fire, which is very, very sad indeed. Hello. Excellent. Now can I buy some more ship resource? I can, because I'm going to go to the extreme with these lasers. I feel like we need 4 on both sides. Half because I think 4 is a good number, and the other half because I kind of want to really go with the whole arachnid idea, and having 8 eyes would be a lot more, well, accurate. Although some spiders do have 6 and some have differing numbers in rare occasions. With tarantulas, which of course is I wouldn't say my field of expertise, honestly. The only thing where I've had any actual experience, it's either all tarantulas have 8 eyes, or it's New World or Old World type have 8 eyes. Either way, 8 is a very common number of eyes in the Arachnid Kingdom. So, 8 eyes, there we go, in a completely uniform fashion that totally looks like eyes, if you squint. And your eyes are particularly bad. Now, I do want to put some more on. At the same time, though, I also would like some more thrusters and some more missiles. Basically, I want everything. I would very much like everything. What would happen if we did this? Almost like a tentacle of its own right. It turns a bit too quickly, and of course, if we try and reverse this thing, yeah, that's not going to go too well. That's a shame. I was hoping perhaps we could have it as its own little mini tentacle of just missiles, which would be really, really cool. So that's on that one, that's on that one. I think that's right. Now it's right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, okay, there we are. I knew something was off, it just took me a while to actually figure it out. Also, they definitely look better when they're kind of hugging the tentacle a bit more. Which is a very weird thing to say, honestly. It's something you don't expect to say on a daily basis. But, life as a YouTuber, occasionally you say very, very curious things. Back onto the breach. Okay, so we have the extra laser, we have even more missiles. Let's go out and try and find an agent. We're here, since I've just gone all the way to the right, and we're going to have to go quite the distance. So let's mark him so I can at least follow the arrows, and let's see what we can do. Those lasers are really good. Against, again, very low armoured opponents. Now, I have been told... of course I've thought though, my point defense is actually helping out quite a bit, isn't it? What's the range on the point defense? 1.5k. That only does 50 damage. Well, yeah, I was about to say, is I have been told that the Eye of Helios and such actually ignore shields, which I'm kind of curious to see if that's true or not, so I might try out the Eye once again later. Yeah, I think that's actually mostly the point defense doing half the work. Wait, that's mostly the point defense doing half of the work, so they're doing just under half? Yeah, I'm actually not too impressed after seeing it a few times. It does seem like the ray cannon isn't quite as good as I thought it would be, and in fact the Sentinel might be its superior, due to the fact it's a constant laser. And of course far, far more compact, although also very expensive. Not too sure about the old ray cannons. Definitely will try them again later, but I think I'll have to try it with only the ray cannons active, not the sentinels. And where would the eyes go? I guess here. But of course, you already have those coming out there. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping maybe we could use some sentinels for the little eye bundles. Of course, normally it'd be one bundle, but still. But sadly, it would look a bit obvious. Okay, put them back in. Put the ray cannons back in. We'll give them more of a test. So, back to testing the ray, and this time I'm going to try and keep it on manual. Okay, that did very well. It's doing well again. So it definitely does well when you're using it, however it does seem to fire a bit more erratically when on auto fire. Of course I do need to make sure to keep on locking into my targets, which definitely does help. It is pretty good, and very, very cool, it must be said. Yeah, look at that, it's carving through that. Absolutely no problem at all. Still unsure if it's worth it or not for the size it takes up, but for now I am fairly content that it is very, very powerful. Ooh, and there is a damage station just down there. As much as I would like to fight the agent, there is a damage station, and we must do what is right for our credits. And I would like very much to have many more credits, as there are so many things to explore, like most of the mods I've been playing. Which is just 2 of them. That'll sound far more effective once I've played a few more. This is number 3. Maybe when I'm on number 6 or something, if people actually want this series to continue that long. I mean, I certainly would. I am kind of falling in love with Reassembly again. It's got this kind of very chill charm. Although you can be really complex if you want to, and certainly try and min-max things, if you're more like me and prefer the more casual sort of sandbox game, then it's so easy just to kind of drift along space, hitting things with missiles, occasionally shooting lasers from your 8 eyes, and just being a rather happy chap. Excuse me, I am a happy chap. I will take this damage station. Thank you very much. Oh wait, I'm going to wait around because I do need to actually sell you some resource. For the low, low price of all of your credits. Oh yes, credits. More plus. Thank you. The squid arachnid is pleased. The octopus, squid arachnid jellyfish is pleased, in fact. Whoa, that did really well. The extra range is definitely very cool. So, the only one really to try after this is the Arm of Helios. So, this is also a turret-based weapon, which is kind of awesome. It's very, very, very powerful in comparison to the Ray, however, it's very short range, somewhat similar to the broadsword, which I didn't realise until now is actually a turret. Very curious. Okay. Let's go and try and kill the agents then, if possible. We have laser eyes. How can we fail? Oh, still can't purchase more ship resource either. Once I've dispatched of the agent, or of course the agent has dispatched of me, one of the two, I will go ahead and make preparations to start using the drones. Because what's creepier than a squid, octopus, jellyfish arachnid, which has babies? Lots of adorable little baby arachnids, all willing to devour the flesh of whomever hurts their mother. Doesn't it make your skin crawl delightfully at the thought? Sort of reminds me when I used to breed tarantulas back when I was younger. The adorable eggs turning into eggs with legs. Overnight, it became oddly cute because they looked almost like little balls of jelly with arachnid legs. That didn't make it sound cute in the slightest. It did to me, okay? I have a very disturbed sense of what is cute and what is not. Excuse me. Can you... No. Move it. Move it. I will eat you. I have very nasty petapulps. Yes, petapulps, palps, that's what they're called, these little army parts on the front. I remember now because like 20 people told me. I had a bit of a mind fart last time I tried to think, and then I ended up getting stuck with the mandibles. Which of course does work, if it's the actual mouth part, and you could consider it to work, although there's actually a better name for arachnid mouth parts. I'm talking about arachnids too much now. It's because I've dubbed these things arachnids. Also, suddenly really wishing I had the factory segment. So many credits I'm missing out on now. Would it be worth purchasing the womb? It will definitely work. Oh, we have to have the womb if we're going to have baby spiders. I mean, come on, it just has to happen. We need to make a little baby spider to actually produce. Oh, that almost fits in there so well. No, come on. Okay, how is this going to be done? Okay, I don't want to change everything around. How much does that cost? 100. So what I'm going to do then is remove a couple of missiles, which really does suck. And then we'll add these to the back here. Why have one womb when you can have two? Said very few people in the history of the world. So we do already have the assassin bug. However, I want something tiny. If we're going to do this, we're going to go for as small as possible to keep the cost down as much as possible. So let's do that, mirror that. Saying that, but I want it to actually be an arachnid, which means I'm going to need 8 limbs, which isn't going to work. It's a baby jellyfish, okay? It's going to be beautiful in every way. Just like its mommy. Oddly enough, I don't think Lathrixian would really make a good mother. Yep, that seems reasonable. Okay, so what weaponry do you want this to have? I'm thinking dual sentinels and then dual, not javelin, dual bloodseekers. Or we could of course just go purely for bloodseekers. I do like bloodseekers. Blood for the blood god and all that. Aw, I like little evil feet. Rah! What I could do, actually, is remove this limb for a second. Thank you. And add a knot. Then do the same there. Then that way I can have at least 6 limbs. That might be better. The more limbs, the better in terms of protection. Or, of course, we could... Ooh, actually, no, we could have 8, but they're going to be splayed out in a very non-arachnid fashion if we do this. That there, then do the same again. No, yes, yes again. Then these two can go back where they were. Ah, I was hoping that'd be small enough, but it won't be. Okay, so we're going to have to change the shape a bit around if I actually want to do this. Which I sort of do. That looks remarkably creepy, I've got to say. This faction definitely has the creepy thing nailed. Could I put that there? No, I couldn't. What I could do, though, is double that for a second so I can replace it. And this one, like that. I don't think that's going to work either. Also, could have done... Yes, it will work! Yes, it will. That was my idea. That didn't go on where I intended. Why is that so wrong? Okay, well clearly I've done something wrong there, so I'll be right back until it's actually symmetrical. Oh, I see what I've done wrong, okay. And so we will affectionately call this thing Jumble, because honestly it just looks like a jumble of legs at this point. Okay, well that's going to be our child. Well, certainly not winning any beauty contests, but it's ours, and that's the important thing there. Shall we keep them into the battle, or shall we sell them into the universe? Or free them into the universe, which sounds far better if you're referencing children. Oh, that's gonna hurt. So let's move right into it. That was really smart. I lost a limb. Well done. I'm limbless. Thankfully, these things do spawn on the side there. Yeah. Oh, look how tiny they are. I thought they were much bigger than that. Oh, they are actually kind of adorable. Oh, look how derpy they are. Oh, they're so cute in their own little weird, creepy arse way. Oh, I love them. Oh, you are my babies. Come on, babies. Let's go. Come on. Nice and slowly now. I don't normally like having things in my fleet just because they are so difficult to keep up with, just to make sure they're actually okay. Uh-oh. Well, good job I gave them all the defense lasers, because that's going to hurt otherwise. Children, come on, don't lollygag. We have enemies to devour, my children. And on that day, Lathrixian had children, and everything went so much worse. They're actually doing pretty well in terms of control. It seems to be absolutely fine. Oh, I need more resource. Come on, minions, give me resource. I mean, children. Well, they've been downgraded. Oh, these are definitely agents. Hello. Just going one at a time with the laser. The laser just butchered them. Absolutely butchered them. And so, from their corpse, we have a new child. Isn't that how childbirth works? The fact that they all have missiles definitely makes them very useful, it must be said. All of them have 6 missiles, yes? Because 6 of the limbs' claws, inverted commas. Yeah, okay, cool. I was tempted to make them all laser. We could give them the laser we have. I mean, that wouldn't be too difficult. How about 2 different versions? I mean, that would be really easy to do. 2 jumbles. 1 jumble using the Bloodseekers, then 1 jumble instead using the ray cannons. Oh wow, that's much bigger than I thought it was. Same ship cost at least. That's not good. That can actually replace the knot. How much health has the knot got? How much health has that got? The health difference isn't actually amazingly apparent, so that's not too bad. I mean, it is obviously there. This is certainly has less health than the knot, but at the same time, it works. I mean, adds an extra ray cannon, just have nothing on this limb. Oh, it's lost a hand. That's really sad though. Give it a polyp. There we go. It's got its hand back. It's fine. Delete you. Replace with you. Reconnect. Okay, cool. So that's all connected. Yes. Moves together. Okay. So it says 4 ray cannons, 2 missiles, then 2 sentinels. Okay. Accepted. Jumble 2. And give me copies of both. Aww. I'm such a proud daddy. Or mummy. I mean, I'm the one with the wombs. Plural. That's so weird. The universe has had its last day. Ooh, hello. Not that there's actually days in the universe, but still. I'm just using it to mark time past. Because saying the universe has had its last 24 hours is kind of boring. If factual. Factual but boring. Now all we need is drones. Actually, we could use drones a lot more as well, since these things have missiles, and as long as we keep them near us, as much as it is slowing us down, why on earth would I need missiles? I mean, look, that swarm, I'm not firing. That is completely from the children. Whether or not to keep referring to them as children is still up for fierce debate. Stop ramming into me! Oh, give mummy a hug, okay. Burn away some of these plants, because I know if they're anything like their mother, they're going to get stuck horribly. Wasn't I going to test out drones? I believe I was going to test out drones, but I'm having a bit too much fun right now trying to keep this little party together. Also, I do love them giving me resource occasionally, that is kind of awesome. Now, I should have released at least 2 of the laser variants. In fact, I saw one firing. Excellent. Ah, look at them. Aren't they just the cutest little things? Okay, well, what can we actually purchase right now? We could buy the Arm of Helios, and we will test out eventually the Arm of Helios, Bob. But for now, I'm just going to increase my maximum resource, because I want to try out the Javelins, and I actually want a couple more hearts if I'm going to do that. I'm a mother with 4 hearts and 2 wombs. Quote that, guys. You know, some people have, like, inspirational quotes and all this other stuff. Not me. I'm a mother with 4 hearts and 2 wombs. That is my quote. That's what I'll be remembered for throughout the ages. I sincerely hope I'm not remembered throughout the ages. In fact, I think it's fairly safe to assume I won't be, but even so, if somehow some archaeologist from the distant future unearths the weird writings and ramblings that is on this weird old bit of tech known as YouTube, I hope they don't uncover mine. I don't think I'll be the best case for humanity. Humanity back then was so savage. Now we can actually put these here because right now this produces the main ships on the side here, so that's absolutely okay to do. However, that will mean they'll be... I forgot, drones are not missiles because they get stuck on things. They don't simply pass through your ship. So we actually want them somewhere like this on the front. Now, putting them here and here is terrible, and I acknowledge that, but I just want them there because I want the claws. The claws are ours. You go there, you go here, okay. We have enough for one more, so we'll leave it for now. Okay, there we are. So we should now be able to make a volley of drones. Oh, look at that. Anytime I aim at a target, just missiles come out of everywhere. And of course, I've only just thought, each one of these is actually constantly producing resource because they have the standard core, which, believe it or not, produces resource. Ooh. How about a jumble then? Oh wait, no, I haven't got it yet. I haven't unlocked it yet. Have I? The leaf. Now I have. How about a jumble? Hello, jumble. Which instead of weapons, just goes with the leaf variant. Now I know obviously I could have both. That's fairly obvious, but I want to have a swarm here, and this would definitely help. It would still have the 2 sentinels. So it could still, basically it becomes point defense. And then that version of the jumble goes into the list. In fact, we'll put it there, so it's the next one I actually make. Drones! Wait a minute, they look like missiles to me. They press drones. Oh, of course, we still do have missiles, don't we? If we're going to do drones, let's go the full thing and just have as many drones as possible. It's hard to tell what are drones and what are missiles when they're all shooting at once. There we are. We could remove all the Bloodseekers. Maybe focus on leaves. Actually, that's not a terrible idea, particularly if we're going to try and test out the drones, which is going to be difficult. I meant to do that, which is going to be difficult anyway with all the children following us. How about if we just spam these things? These don't take up energy, do they? No, good. The last faction we played, the Salt faction, had a similar thing to the Leaf. However, it actually took up energy to produce resource. These just produce a resource constantly by themselves, which is a lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We can't afford 2 more, can we? No. Okay, so let's leave it as it is. Exit, exit. And that should produce a lot of resource per second. And now I should only have drones. There we go. Look, drones. Oh, wow, we have loads. These have a much faster regen rate than I actually paid attention to. 210 drones we're now at. Although we are slowly running out of energy. And look how fast my resource is going up. Welp, I'm going to have a legion of children by the end of this. So, I didn't know you could get so many drones. So even if they're terrible, they're awesome. Honestly speaking. Even if they're absolutely terrible, they're the best thing ever. Although I am completely out of power now, so we definitely need more hearts. Now, there is a damage station to the left. However, I would like to try and fight something. What is grey? Terran. Oh, okay, the basic faction, the faction you actually start with. Go forth, my children and children's children. Oh, I just thought, if I were to give my jumbles drones, I would have grandchildren. Oh wow, blazers. They actually did a load of damage. Okay, guys, the drones are good. In sheer number, the drones are good. Focus on that, guys. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Hard to tell exactly what's doing the damage when I've got these guys constantly shooting, but still. So, we do need a jumble variant now that uses Drones! Now, the drone variant is going to be a little bit more difficult because, of course, this is going to need more power. So we're going to need 2 hearts. Beat, 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 beat. So we're only going to be able to have 2 of the actual weapons. So that it still comes to the same cost. I would like them all to be the same cost. Why? I have no idea, but I just kind of do. Enemies! Get them, drones. Still don't think the drones are quite as good as the missiles, but the missiles are absolutely insanely good, so that's hardly a surprise. Now, if I go through my group of children here, will I get... Yep, I will definitely get resource over time because of the one producing resource. That's excellent. Okay, then let's go back over and slowly, very carefully, head on over so we can get the next damage station. Without losing all of my children, please, if possible. Thank you. I'd like to see any agent kill me now. There's a lot going on right now. This screen is completely being filled, and I'm afraid, looking at the time, I am all out of time for today's episode. This is actually the last thing I'm recording before I go back to England to visit my family. It's been far too long, and there's a birthday in the family, so I've been batch recording all today. You may have been able to tell I was pretty tired during this recording, but I think this was a perfect thing to record last. It was so damn much fun today. Just look at that. That is utter beautiful insanity, and I love it to bits. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Reassembly is a series you wish to see continued in the future. And if you have any suggestions for mods to play in the future, of course, a comment would voice your opinion, and if you have any names for the current brood mother, then please tell me, and there's a good chance I might actually name it that. Thank you. Goodbye.